You finally got the raise, the one you worked late for, the one you rehearsed asking for, the one you told yourself would finally change things. And for a week or two, it did feel different. Then 6 months passed, and somehow you're standing in exactly the same place. The bank balance looks familiar. The end of the month feels just as tight. The raise happened, but the richer part never showed up. Before you blame yourself or assume you're just bad with money, understand this. There are two quiet traps that swallow almost every pay increase, and there's a myth that makes one of them so much worse. Once you can see all three, you can finally keep the next one. Let's start by killing the myth, because it scares people out of earning more in the first place. You've heard someone say it. Maybe you've said it yourself. I don't want that bonus, it'll push me into a higher tax bracket and I'll actually take home less. It sounds responsible. It's also completely wrong. That's not how tax brackets work anywhere with a progressive system. The higher rate only applies to the income above each threshold, not to your entire paycheck. So if a raise pushes part of your income into a new bracket, only that slice, the part above the line, gets taxed at the higher rate. Everything underneath is taxed exactly as before. A raise always leaves you with more money after tax than you had before. Never less. Not once. So the tax bracket is not the villain here. Earning more is always worth it. The problem is what happens to that money after it lands, in the quiet weeks when nobody's watching. Which brings us to the first real trap: absorption. Here's how it works. The extra income arrives, and almost immediately, your life expands to meet it. Not in one dramatic purchase, in 100 tiny, reasonable ones. The grocery run creeps up because now you reach for the nicer brand without thinking. You stop checking the price on the lunch out. You upgrade the phone a cycle early because, well, you can afford it now. None of these feel like splurges. Each one feels earned, and that's exactly why they're so dangerous. Your lifestyle quietly rises to absorb the entire raise before a single dollar of it ever reaches your savings. More money came in, but more money also went out, and the gap between them, the part that actually builds wealth, stayed exactly where it was. Economists have a name for this. They call it lifestyle inflation, or lifestyle creep. And it is the single biggest reason that people earning far more than they used to still feel just as broke. The second trap is sneakier, because it hides inside the first. Invisible upgrades. These are the recurring ones. When your income rises, you don't just spend more once. You quietly raise your baseline. You bump up to the premium subscription tier. You add the extra streaming service. You start paying for the convenience option, the faster shipping, the delivery fee, the upgrade that saves you 10 minutes. Individually, every one of these is trivial. A few dollars here, another small monthly charge there. But they share one brutal feature. They repeat. Forever. A one-time splurge costs you once. A recurring upgrade costs you every single month, quietly, automatically, for as long as you let it run. Stack 5 or 6 of them on top of each other, and they will consume your entire raise month after month while you barely notice they exist. This is why people can get raise after raise and never feel the difference. The increases keep getting intercepted by upgrades they forgot they signed up for. So if absorption and invisible upgrades intercept the raise before it reaches you, the solution has to do one thing. Get to the raise first. Capture it before your lifestyle ever has a chance to touch it. Here is the move, and it is almost embarrassingly simple. On the day your raise takes effect, before your spending has had a chance to adjust, increase your automatic investment or savings transfer by at least half the raise. Not next month. Not once you've seen how it feels. The same day. If your take-home went up by $600 a month, route $300 of it straight into your investment account, automatically, before it ever sits in your checking balance. Here's why this works when willpower doesn't. You cannot adapt to spending money you never see. If the money lands in your checking account first, your brain quietly files it as available, and within a few weeks, your lifestyle has already expanded to spend it. But if it's swept away the moment it arrives, you simply live on what's left, exactly as you did before the raise, and you never feel deprived because you never got used to having it. You still get to keep the other half. You still feel the reward of earning more. But now half of every raise goes to building your future instead of inflating your present. Your wealth gets the promotion, not just your lifestyle. And the long-term math here is the part nobody tells you. A raise you capture isn't just savings, it's savings that compound every year for decades. The person who absorbs every raise and the person who captures half of each one might earn the identical salary across their entire career. But one of them retires with a fraction of what the other has, purely because of which side of that automatic transfer the money landed on. Same income, wildly different outcome. The difference was never how much they earned, it was how much they intercepted on purpose. So here's the truth to hold on to. A raise is only really a raise if it changes your net worth. If your income went up and your wealth stayed flat, you didn't get richer, you just got a more expensive life. The good news is, you don't need to earn more to fix it. You just need to capture what you already earned before it slips away. Intercept the next one on purpose. Send half of it forward the day it arrives, and that pay bump can finally do what you hoped this one would. If this reframed how you think about your money, subscribe. There's more like it every week. And the free net worth tracker in the description will show you exactly how much of your next raise you're actually keeping. This is education, not financial advice. I'll see you in the next one.